So the readings again encourages us that we have a God who cares for us. He knows us personally, and He knows what buttons to push as far as our lives are concerned. And in the introduction, it says there that it says here that to hear His holy word, to ask for ourselves on behalf of others, those things that are necessary for our life and our salvation. It's like the Chinese proverb, be careful what you wish for. And sometimes what we wish for, what we pray for God to strengthen us, for God to bring humility in our lives, to bring patience, to bring faith and wisdom in our lives. He brings us, as what Ecclesiastes says, to the house of mourning. He leads us, it says here, it's better to go to a house of mourning than to go to a house of feasting. Then he brings us again to another point of life. He says in verse 3, sorrow is better than laughter, for when the face is sad, heart will be happy. Then he brings us again to the house of mourning. The mind of the wise is in the house of the mourning, while the mind of fools is in the house of pleasure. And I think this is the situation of the woman, that God in His greatness might have brought forth this Syro-Phoenician woman to the house of mourning, grieving for her daughter, a demon-possessed daughter. And for a mother, and even for a parent, father, for your daughter to be demon-possessed is more than enough that you can have a mourning. But God brings us to that place because He cares for us. He wants to bring the diamond within us. He wants to bring the treasure within us, even in this earthen vessel. And it's a double whammy for the woman. This woman was already depressed and oppressed because of her situation, and she is mourning. And it seems that when she went to Christ, it seems that all the more her sufferings increased because of the rebuke. It seems like it's out of character for Christ to do this. It seems like she was abandoned and rejected. Have you ever gone to that place where you're already mourning to a demon-possessed situation that you have in your life, and you come to God, and it seems you are rejected, it seems you are abandoned, it seems that God turned His face away from you? That's the house of mourning. But God has a plan for each one of us. God has a plan to bring out the best in us. That's why in the Beatitudes it says there, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. In Job 5:11 it says that those who mourn will be lifted to safety. And a very familiar scripture to us, Isaiah chapter 3. It says there that those who mourn in Zion, a garland will be given to them instead of ashes. The oil of gladness, mantle of praise, they will be called the righteousness of God, and they shall glorify God. So this gives us hope, this situation in the life of the Syro-Phoenician woman, that whenever God gives us a situation wherein it's like the house of mourning, it's like a sorrow for us, God has a plan to bring faith in our lives, the most precious possession that we have in our lives. And I think, and I believe, that God leads us in a way that sometimes we don't understand. And sometimes, to discover a character, a treasure within us. And for this woman, she discovered that she has great faith in God, which she will never knew if she has just been in the house of pleasure. And yet, God led her to this house of mourning, to this house of sorrow, wherein her faith was discovered. We want that of great faith. So this week, this morning, let us have that trusting God, that we may encounter, God may bring us to this house of mourning, this house of sorrow. Let us have faith in God, that God is growing that great thing, that treasure, or whatever we have that we are not aware of in our lives. Maybe we have great patience. Maybe we have great love. Maybe we have great, a treasure, something that God wants to draw out in our lives. And the ways of God are higher than our ways. Sometimes He draws us to the house of mourning, to the house of sorrow, to bring out a great treasure of faith in our lives. So let us be comforted with that word, that God is always working in us, even in sometimes situations that we may reject, we may not understand its purpose, but God, knowing that He wants to bring the greatness in our lives, that He may be glorified.